Uh-oh. Woo! It's officially game week. FPL game week 1 is right around the corner, which means it's pretty much time to lock in our squads as much as we can. Of course, every 3 days it changes drastically. But I want to give you guys what my squad looks like right now. I'm definitely overthinking it, and I'm already done with the talking. Let's just go ahead and jump into this. Oh, I should be live streaming, by the way, today to rate you guys' squads and really to talk about things. Almost like a little FPL reunion. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into my squad and see where I'm at right now. All right, so let's get this out of the way. Sanchez, yes, 4.5 mil, set and forget keeper. I do know that Brighton have their injuries, so I'm a little concerned about that defensive-wise, but I still like their system, and I still think they're going to do well enough to keep a couple of clean sheets for the first 8 game weeks. Decent run of fixtures, good system, so hopefully Sanchez can bring me some good points. All right, now let's get past the keeper. Let's move on. So for my strategy with defense, I wanted one heavy hitter for sure. That's why I went with Trent. Now, I was going back and forth between him and Robbo, seeing if I could save that 0.5. And I'm not going to lie, I'm still tempted to do that. But I think it's Trent's just world class, especially in FPL. He just is so good on set pieces. They get forward so well. I think that Trent, it's going to be hard for me to move on from him, even if it is saving that 0.5. Now, I do think that Robbo could manage to keep up with points in him this season. But I'm still sticking with Trent. It's easier to downgrade than it is to upgrade, if you know what I mean. All right, so for other than Trent, I'm going to go with Ben White. Now, 4.5, he's mainly going to be my first sub, but because of fixtures, I'm going to be starting him versus Brentford. Look, he was a good player for Brighton. Obviously, they paid £50 million for him. They think highly of him. So I think that he's going to be able to get some starts. If any Arsenal fans, please let me know before I lock in my squad. But I'm going to be starting him this week against Brentford. And then he has Chelsea and City that I will not be playing him. But then he gets a good run of fixtures till about game week, honestly, till like game week 11. So I have him playing. Now, yeah, he's really just a 4.5. All right, so for other than Ben White, I have 2 £5 million defenders. Now, it would be really nice if I could find another 4.5 million pound defender that's going to play, and so I can trade out one of Firpo or Soufal and upgrade them to like a Luke Shaw or a Lucas Digne. But I don't necessarily trust having 2 4.5s in my squad, especially when one's going to be the first sub off my bench. But I like Soufal and I like Firpo. All right, so for Soufal, look, this dude balled out last year. There's no hiding that. And if we look at West Ham's start to the season, Newcastle without Wilson, without St. Maximin, I believe. Leicester a tough game, but then Crystal Palace and Southampton without Danny Ings. So I think Soufal is going to be in there. I think he's going to be one of those 5 million pound defenders that's going to be, he's already 15% selected, so he's already a popular pick. I like Soufal. And then Firpo. Now, as a Barcelona fan, I don't want to talk about it too much because my boy Messi, heartbreaking. That's the last time I want to talk about him today. But Firpo, being able to see him over the past 4 seasons, watching La Liga and, of course, with Barcelona, I like his game. I think at Barcelona, it just didn't work, especially because they had Jordi Alba there, so he was never really going to crack that starting 11. But if we look at his past 4 seasons combined, starting at age 20 with Betis, he's averaging 0.3 goals or assists per 90. That's pretty dang good for a defender. Actually, if I look that up, give me 1 sec. All right, so if we look at Firpo's 0.3 goal involvement per 90 last 4 seasons combined, that'll put him right at the same tier as Mason Mount, Christian Pulisic, Paul Pogba, Saka, and above Trent Alexander-Arnold and Stuart Dallas. So, pretty good company to have. Now, of course, I know he's not proven in the Premier League. I know he's still young. Is he going to adapt to this lead squad? I think so. Now, if I was playing safe, I would definitely just watch him game week 1 or 2 and then decide to bring him in. But I'm watching too much Olympics to play it safe right now. I think he's going to do well in this lead system. They like to control the ball. They like to press. They like to attack. And, yeah, I think Firpo can do well in this squad. All right, for my midfield, let's just get the 2 out of the way. Salah and Bruno, I mean, they're pretty obvious why we're picking them. They're both incredible players. They do really well in FPL, and they have a good run of fixtures. Now, yes, I have been tempted to go without Bruno or without Salah, and I have shifted funds around to see what it would look like. And I did do one where I got rid of Bruno, and I brought in Mahrez and upgraded, I think it was Harvey Barnes, you can see there, we'll talk about in a minute, and upgrade him to Son. That looked good, Mahrez and Son. Now, if I did take out Bruno, I could get rid of Bruno, and I could get a 4.5 million pound midfielder, and I could turn that into Jack Grealish and Phil Foden, and have one of those 2 on my bench. But Foden's hurt, so I decided not to do that. Anyway, this is what I'm going with. As tempting as it looks without Bruno, I think Bruno's just that dude, and I'm going to have him in my squad. All right, so for Rafinha, this dude's a baller. I don't know how much I can say other than he's been a lock in my squad since day 1. An absolute beast on the field. Now, I heard he's not having the best preseason. I haven't been watching games, so this is all just hearsay. But he's going to pick it up, in my opinion. He's an incredible, incredible player. How he's only 6.5 is something else. I don't see him staying at Leeds too long because I think that he's going to be bought out by a club that's going to be willing to spend a lot of money on him. But that's just me hypothesizing right now. But Rafinha, incredible player on a team that likes to press, possess. And there's nothing else that rhymes with that. Dang, I ain't got no bars today. All right, so I'm keeping Rafinha in my squad. And then I got Jota. Now, he's a late add to my squad. The reason why I have him is because I saw a lot of articles saying that they believe that Jota is going to start game week 1. I think Anfield Watch tweeted that, big Twitter account. They're saying that they believe Jota was going to start game week 1. And so it made me think, is it worth to have him in my squad? And then I thought about how much rotation he gets. But I'm trying to look it up right now as I'm not looking at the camera. I think last season, in 7 games that he came up off the bench for Liverpool, he scored 4 goals. One of those was a 1-minute cameo. So essentially, in 6 games off the bench, he scored 4 goals. Which to me says, even though he's a definite risk of rotation, even if he comes on late in the game, he still has a really good chance to score. Jota's still a young player. He's incredible. And I think with his talent in this squad and how good their fixtures are, I just can't see why he's not going to be playing a lot. As much as he can, you know what I mean? So I'm going with Jota. Now, of course, the 2 big things with him is I'm already stressing out about it. Is, of course, I know I said I wasn't too worried about it, but of course I'm worried about him being rotated. Especially at the beginning of the season when it's so fickle and prices go up and down like crazy. That worries me. And then, of course, having triple Liverpool worries me. And as you can see from my squad, spoiler alert, I have no Man City players and no Chelsea players. And I don't like that at all, but it is what it is right now. I could try to find that 0.5 and upgrade Jota to Jack Grealish, especially because a lot of players are hurt for City right now. And it seems like Grealish will be playing the 8. He's not going to be so much a winger. I don't know. I got 5 days to figure it out. And then I got Harvey Barnes. Now, if you watched this channel last season, I was big on Barnes, and I got absolutely torched. He did so well. I brought him in, and he didn't do anything, and then he got hurt. I think over the past couple seasons, he's gotten hurt a lot. And if I do stream tomorrow, or by the time later in this day when you're watching this, I will be talking about him a lot. If I bring up his stats right now, over the past 4 seasons in the Prem, the past 3 seasons in the Prem, he had a 0.3 goal involvement his first year when he was 20 years old, and then 0.6 goal involvement per 90, 0.6 goal involvement per 90. Look, he's getting better and better with age. He looks so good this preseason. And Leicester are so good to start the season. Every season it seems like they got off to the super hot start and they kind of cool down and kind of try to grasp on, try to flex like Captain America in this right now, and try to grasp onto that Champions League spot. They weren't able to do it last year, but they get off to really good starts. They have a good start to the season. I'm looking at the schedule right now, and I think Wolverhampton the first game, new coach, we'll see what happens. I still think that's a very winnable game for them. West Ham winnable, Norwich, that could be huge. And then they have City, who's really tough. Brighton, Burnley, Crystal Palace, United, Brentford. So another really good start to the season, and he's only $7 million, I believe. And so I think Harvey Barnes could be a really, really sneaky pick for me. All right, for my forwards, I've gone back and forth with these ones a lot, and I've decided on these 2. Now, I do have a lot of injury-prone players now that I'm looking at it right now, and a lot of players for rotation in the last 4 I'll put in. But I'm going to roll with it right now. We got a wild card, and I'm not afraid to use it early in the season. So right here you can see I got Ings and Antonio. Now, Ings to me was a easy decision late switch. I had Ollie Watkins in my squad until I found out that Danny Ings was leaving, or was joining Villa, and then I thought, I'd way rather have Danny Ings. I'm assuming he's going to be on penalties for Villa. With all that creativity they brought around him, even though they do lose Jack Grealish, I thought that was a spider landing on me. Even though they do lose Jack Grealish, they brought in Buendia. They're bringing Leon Bailey from the Bundesliga. So I think they're going to be still really solid. And if you're worried about Ollie Watkins, I did hear a report that they're going to probably be trying to run a 4-4-2 with Danny Ings and Watkins playing up top. And so I don't necessarily know if Watkins is going to lose a spot. I don't think he's going to go out to the wing. I think they're just going to play a 2-forward system, but that's still really new. And of course, we'll have to wait and see. But Danny Ings to me was, as soon as I found out the news, switched him out real quick. And then I got Antonio, the expected goal king, if he's healthy king. He's still only 7.5 mil. I still think he's underpriced if he could stay healthy. Newcastle, Leicester, Crystal Palace, Southampton. Good run of fixtures to start. I'm assuming that by game week 5 when he plays United, I'm probably going to switch to Raul Jimenez, who I really hope has a good season this year. But yeah, this is my squad. Do you guys like it? I don't know if I like it or I love it. I don't know. I'm really nervous now that I'm looking at it about Jota, Barnes, Ings, and Antonio. But if you don't like it, come to my stream later in the day and let's talk about it. And yeah, so right now I'm... Yeah, Jota, and... No, not Barnes. Barnes is fine. But Jota's one I'm definitely concerned about how I'm going to switch him out if he's... Anyway, I'll talk about that later in the stream. So that was my video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I mean, my whole plan of having this YouTube channel was just to make FPL as fun as possible, especially because if you're new to FPL, know there are going to be weeks that are going to be very frustrating. And so I'm hoping that with this channel, I can kind of make it more fun so we can kind of alleviate the pain when that happens. And when we win, we celebrate together and we win big. So this is what my squad looks like. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully I can see you guys at the stream later today. Hopefully I stream today. And take some time every day to make someone smile. And I'll be posting a couple more videos hopefully this week. And yeah, done out. Miss y'all.